Let's now take a look at the Safe Water Network, a global nonprofit with 15 years of experience innovating and implementing small water enterprises in India and Ghana. The network provides clean, safe, and affordable water to more than 1.6 million people in 500 communities. On that, recently, the Safe Water Network presented a virtual World Water Day on the issue of water and climate change. The virtual event saw young leaders from around the world and several prominent South Asian personalities, including Indra Nooyi, the former PepsiCo CEO and chair. Ms. Nooyi spoke on the preservation of water and said that she has a personal connection to the cause of water and climate change. She also encouraged all to come together on the very important issue. So here are some highlights from the event.
Or attending our panel, Water and Climate Change, Risk and Resilience here at Safe Water Network. I'm happy to share that we have over 840 people from over 35 countries joining us today. My name is Kara Eubanks, and I'm the CEO of Kara Speaks Kara Writes, LLC, a consulting, ghostwriting, and leadership development firm. In addition to being Miss Broward County for the Miss America organization, I'm also the youth representative of New Future Foundation to the United Nations and Youth Steering Committee member for the United Nations Department of Global Communications. As many of you may already know, the United Nations has laid out 17 sustainable development goals that nations must achieve to have a more sustainable future. And while today's event, Water and Climate Change, Risk and Resilience on World Water Day, falls under several of the 17 SDGs, today's event is also in line with SDG 6, Access to Clean Water. I would like to pass the floor over to Kurt Sorlin, the founding CEO of Safe Water Network and a member of Safe Water Network's Board of Advisors, for his opening remarks.
Thank you, Cairo. Welcome all to the second youth convening of Safe Water Network. It's terrific to know so many are actively engaged and interested in the issue of safe water. To see today's discussion, I have a couple of brief comments. First, I'd like to acknowledge today being the 29th celebration of World Water Day. This year, the United Nations asks us to consider the value of water. As I contemplate the value of water, I think of the enormity of the challenge from the perspective of the 2 billion people every day struggle to access safe water. This struggle needlessly compromises the health and livelihoods of too many communities all over the world, including here in the United States where I live. Second, I ask you to consider the many complexities of this challenge: equitable, reliable access, affordability, source water sustainability, water quality, social and behavioral challenges, financing, and many stress factors inhibiting progress: politics, population migrations and growth, industrial factors, and of course, impact of climate.
I must tell you that water is very personal to me because I grew up in a town that was extremely water distressed. So I feel the need for water deep down inside. And I've had the pleasure of knowing Safe Water Network literally since the beginning, and want to applaud the impact you've had over the last decade, especially when I consider the topic of today, water and climate change. You know, for a long time, people had a lot of difficulty articulating the link between these two. I'm sure that scientists understood the challenge, but for many, there were really two camps: the climate change camp and the water security camp. And in many ways, they kept very separate. I've always believed that a lot of the real innovation, the disruptive ideas, the breakthroughs, don't come from looking at issues in a silo. They come from exploring the white spaces between the silos. And that's how we need to think, in a systems way, as an interdependent society living in an interconnected world focused on collaboratively finding solutions. Now, once we find the solutions, it's also important that people hear about them. You know, one of the things that amazed me when I was in PepsiCo is that I would travel around the world and meet with so many people of diverse backgrounds and different cultures. And it's the ingenuity that people use to find solutions to problems on a very, very local level. I'd like to close with a quote from a cultural anthropologist, Margaret Mead, who said, Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. It's the only thing that ever has. Every one of you can be part of those thoughtful, committed citizens, and every one of you can be part of the solutions that are so desperately needed. And I know in my heart that you will, collectively, find the solutions to make the world a better place. Thank you.
Actor and philanthropist Paul Newman recognized that water would become one of the 21st century's highest priorities. That's why he co-founded Safe Water Network in 2006. Paul was right. Water is life's most precious necessity, and yet it's less safe, less reliable, and harder to reach due to threats such as climate change, population growth, and pollution. Today, more than 2 billion people around the world are in need of safe water. That number will increase unless we act now. Our small water enterprise model addresses a variety of water challenges and keeps safe water flowing in hundreds of communities in Africa and India. These locally owned and operated businesses can be rolled out quickly in areas of need. Sustainability is integrated into all aspects of our model. It starts with an environmental survey of existing sources to ensure watersheds are managed properly. Stations are designed to reduce their carbon and waste footprint through a number of innovations. Solar energy powers stations on and off the electrical grid. Reusable containers lessen the need for single-use plastics. Digital financial tools ensure that less water is wasted. Non-potable water is recycled for cleaning, crops, and other uses. We also provide the ongoing training and support to maintain and improve operations for the long haul. When communities have safe, reliable water, mothers and children live happier, more prosperous lives. With your help, we can assist many more communities in need.
Correct.
Join us in fulfilling Paul Newman's vision of a world with safe water for all.
What could be better than to hold your hand out to people who are less fortunate than you are?
Safe water saves lives.